The top five do's and don'ts. So I could start with a couple of don'ts. So first of all, don't ever join an engagement pod. That's the thing. So an engagement pod is where lots of people join some sort of group and they all kind of are almost obliged to comment on each other's content,
Right.
etc. Don't do that, because obviously they're not people who are your ideal clients or people that you should be, talking to, etc. So stay away from engagement pods, stay away from automation and all that kind of stuff. Um, Something to do is, like we just discussed, is always be yourself. Really lean. I talk to so many people that say all of my content is too static or is too boring or is too professional, etc., and it doesn't show off personality. So I always say, be yourself, show off
Yeah.
personality. You can be both. You can be fun and professional. So
Yeah.
don't, they're not mutually exclusive, etc. um a a basic tip would be to look at your headline. So the bit that sits under your name on LinkedIn, so many people just put a job title like chief
Yes,
executive
I
or
used to do
director of
that.
this. Yeah, and it's kind of, it doesn't,
Don't take
for
anything.
for want of a better phrase, nobody cares, right? They couldn't care less about job titles, anything. Like, what do you do? So I have this, what I call the famous Gus Bandel LinkedIn headline template. Probably needs a better title, to be honest, but it's what, who, how, why. So what do I do for a living? Who do I do it for? How do I do it? And why should you work with me?
Right.
And it
Excellent.
and it kind of, particularly the who do I work for. So I will say I'm a LinkedIn trainer for small businesses, service sector businesses, based in the UK or whatever, etc. I help you with LinkedIn, and I help to amplify your visibility and increase your inbound leads, for example. So it's the what, the who, the how, and the why. So I always recommend to kind of get that done on your headline. So yeah, so don't use engagement pods, don't use automation, um, always be yourself. Write your bio so it obviously talks to your audience. And then finally, I'd probably say, think about your long-term content strategy, which sounds like a massive, it sounds like a really big thing, but actually think long term about the kind of content you want to create on LinkedIn to attract the people that ultimately want to give you money.
Yeah.